Hello, beautiful human. Happy 2025. It is my pleasure to be back with you again on my YouTube channel. I took a little break during the holiday season for some much needed downtime. I hope and trust that all of you are well and off to a great start in this new year. So this video, I'm going to break down into 3 parts for you. I want to take some time and talk through 2025. It's also the year of the snake and some of the highlights based upon the information I've been given that might be a little bit different than what you may be hearing and seeing from other people in the collective. So that'll be the first part. The second part is going to be how that ties into the offerings and things that I'm going to be doing for you this year, because I really want to be intentional with not only my own practice in this transitional year of endings and new beginnings, as well as how to emulate and offer some of those things to you as a part of my overall practice. And last but not least, I want to leave you with some positive, uplifting encouragement as you go about your day, your month, and your business in this new year. So thanks for joining me. So what is so special about 2025? 2025 is a 9 year. In numerology, the number 9 reflects the ending of a cycle. So we are in a transitional time, not only for ourselves personally, but also as we relate to the collective. If you notice, there's a lot of things that are unexplained, a lot of weird things that you think are normally going to happen one way, turn out happening a different way. Just things feel a little bit off. And I think we could all agree that whether it's drones in the sky or whatever you think it might be, because let me tell you something, folks, I'm not convinced that's what it is. And also, just how you relate to information, whether you're watching the news, which I am not. Most of you know I shut all of that out. And trust me when I tell you it's the best decision, one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. But I know things are going on outside of me that I don't control. And I refuse to give it attention and energy because that's how those crazy things grow. That's another topic for another day, but I want you to understand that as we focus on ourselves, which is really the important part of this message, it's about turning the mirror inward. We are so focused as a society on giving our energy and attention away to things outside of us, whether it's social media, whether we're doom scrolling. All of that collective consciousness goes into an energetic pattern that affects the matrix outside of us. So if you can turn the mirror in, I think you could all relate to this in one way or another. There are things that we have all been holding on to emotionally, physically, mentally, that are weighing us down. And some people are almost at the breaking point of life, right? We can't handle it anymore. We're trying to fix things that we can't seem to fix, whether it's relationships in our lives, whether it's with siblings or loved ones or partnerships, or we're trying to hold on to something that isn't working. It's just broken, but we refuse to let it go. I'm here to share with you, folks, the energy of a 9 is trying to signal to you that we are at the end of a completion for a reason. You have to ask yourself, is this serving my highest good by holding on to this relationship, by continuing on in this job, by continuing the same workout routine, or am I smoking too much? Am I vaping too much? Am I drinking too much? What is it I need to change? Because I know those of you watching this right now, we all have areas in our life where we know we've been doing a certain pattern that we need to shift. The energy of a 9 is reminding us that it's time to bring that piece of our life to a close, because on the other side of it is a beautiful new beginning. But if I could rid the world of one thing, including you, my dear friends, it would be those inner fears that hold everyone back from doing what is right and doing what is best for us individually. Just think of how much better everyone in the world would be if we knew how to control our fears, let them go. And not only that, as a world, there wouldn't be as many wars. We wouldn't be at odds about things, and we would be living a more peaceful existence because we would understand the rules of engagement for ourselves include living a peaceful existence, being mindful, minding our own business, and living and let living for others. So I realize for some of you that might be a little bit esoteric or hippy-dippy, but because we are all beings of free will, we all deserve that. So if I can inspire you in some way to just make that nudge, take that leap of faith on yourself to bring something that's really weighing you down, bring it to an end. a peaceful, loving, forgiving ending. Establish new boundaries and really live from your heart. Start listening to what your heart is saying, not the stubbornness in your mind, not holding on to that anger or making decisions out of fear. Make decisions from your heart. Be more compassionate, open, loving, forgiving, and heart-centered. Look in the mirror. Take off that mask. Remember, if you saw a video I posted on social media back in June or July about removing the masks, a lot of you are really struggling to do that because authenticity is going to be required going forward into the new you, the new version coming up here as we exit 2025 and transition into 2026, because authenticity will be, for those of you who can really harness the inner power of your inner magic, your true authentic self, and it's hard, but it can be done because I am living proof. I have completely transitioned my life in the last 3 years. So I'm here to help lead you through it for those of you who are interested in that. Okay. I don't want to force anyone who's not ready for something, but I know how to do it. And it can be done gracefully, with intention, with love, with compassion and forgiveness. And that's why I'm stressing these things to all of you, because that's what really allows me to rest easy at night, to live with myself, and to face the day with truth and optimism and gratitude and joy. Because every single human on earth deserves that type of freedom and liberation. So those of you who are ready and willing to live in your authentic self, that's what's waiting for you on the other side of fear. When you finally have the courage to say, I can't carry this burden anymore. I can't live in this relationship. I can't do this job anymore. It's killing me. It's wearing me out. Whatever your thing is, if you truly have the courage to get in touch with that beautiful heart, that beautiful rose heart of yours, it will start to bloom. And now's the time to think about it. During the winter, the beautiful rose bushes rest. They might look dead on the outside, right? But it's a facade. It's a facade, just like you're wearing a facade. So does that rose bush. Because before you know it, those new sprouts and sprigs are going to pop through in the spring. Just when you think you're going to pull that thing out like an old weed. New life is spring forth. And you have new life in you too. Don't ever forget it. And energetically, 2025, according to the lunar calendar and the Chinese New Year, is the year of the snake. And my darling, as someone born in 1965, which was also a year of the snake, if you happen to be born in 65, happy birthday, happy year of the snake to you. This is something that we are used to. We know how to shed our skins. We know how to charm like snakes when we need to, right? But this is an extra boost for those of us to not only lead the way, but also help others in shedding their skin, in removing those masks. So as someone who wants to help lead you through this energetically and or spiritually, what I am about to do in 2025 has everything to do with helping my beloved subscribers and customers become a better version of yourself. Because I know what it feels like when you go through the storms of life, you're battered and bruised, but you're still standing, and you get the courage to lift yourself up every day and be grateful for what you've got. And you know that your future, the best days are ahead of you. And when you commit to that feeling and that knowing in your gut and in your heart, nothing can stop you. And I am here to help you through it. And the last thing I want to tell you about 2025 before I transition further is it is also the first full year of the Divine Feminine Rising. You are going to see more come from me later in the year about goddess energy, about feminine energy in all of its forms, the light feminine, the compassionate feminine, the dark feminine, all of it. And all of it, whether you are a woman or a man, are also being called to transition into your inner feminine balance. You see, the world today, one of the things that is coming to an end, and I'm saying this lovingly because I don't want to misspeak it, is we have over-rotated with toxic masculinity. Everything's out of alignment because we've given too much power to those who lust and quest and thirst for power. And right now, it's really just a handful of men. but they are setting the course and the tone of what they want us to believe our life should be. But those of us who are intuitively aware already know that it's all a facade that is based on lining their pockets further. So if you want to live, again, a more balanced, centered, heart-centered life, you will be shown different techniques and ways throughout the year to bring into full alignment your inner feminine, into balance with your inner masculine, if you're a male, and if you identify as a female. I will help you bring into full beauty, bloom, blossoming into your feminine in every way possible. And trust me, it's going to be worth it. So stay tuned and hold your hats for that, sweetie, because you're going to see some new spicy sides of me coming out. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you, because every single one of you watching this video right now, whether you are a male or a female, I think we would all agree that this world would be a much better place if we could all align with the truth in our hearts. Every man out there has a beautiful, emotional, soft, nurturing side that we don't always get to see. And every woman out there has a powerful, emerging, intuitive side that has this wisdom of old that hasn't been paid attention to in many, many years for a variety of reasons, whether it has been stomped out by fear from religious zealots or because there are too many people in power who are truly insecure. Even though they have all the money and the power, the reason they want more is at the heart of it, they're insecure. They're afraid of the power that you hold. Well, I'm here to help you hold your power, your beautiful presence with grace, with gratitude, with grounding, with wisdom, intellect, and most of all with love and peace and forgiveness. Because once you understand the full power that you have to offer, no one can dim that light unless you give them permission. And I can tell you one thing, my darlings, no one will ever have that kind of control or power over me ever again. And I say that with confidence. I say that with love and light. And I do not wish anyone harm or ill will, because I am here as a light bearer to transmute those negative energies, vibrations, and projections into pure neutrality all the way into magnificent light. And I want to help and train you on how to do the same. So as I transition now into what's coming for you in 2025, one of those things is going to be a goddess circle. Yes, you heard it here first. We're going to have a goddess event for ladies where you can truly be expressive in your full feminine, all of its glory and ugliness. We're going to get it all out. We're going to find a place to host this amazing day where we all get to celebrate all of the beauty, the wonder, the surprise, the light, and everything in between that has to do with the full feminine. So as the year unfolds, I will share more with you about that. The second thing that I'm going to bring into fruition a little bit closer than that is I want to offer a package for those of you who are truly committed to transitioning from your old self into a new self, a package offer where I work with you intentionally multiple times to help you go from shedding those old versions of yourself. And perhaps you've tried. You may have already tried therapy. You may have already tried other forms of self-medicating. Or maybe you've tried burying things under the rug and buttoning that upper lip and just putting that fake smile on your face, and you just can't do it anymore. I'm here to help you because I have done nearly all of those things without success. So I am here to offer you another way forward. And even if you are in therapy, there's no reason you have to cancel that. But this is just another way for you to see yourself energetically, also as an individual free spirit, to allow yourself to be expressive and emotional, but bring all of these aspects of yourself into alignment, into harmony and balance, into centered grace, whether you're male or female. I am here for you. So more on that. I'll start to give you some additional details in this here newsletter. And I also am planning to be far more intentional with the content that I put out. So you may not see as many videos, but what you will see will be intentional because everything this year is going to be about transitioning and new beginnings, ending old cycles and beginning new ones, and how you have the power within yourself to do that. So I want to end with this. I believe strongly in the power of God's source creator, the power of the universe, the power of Mother Earth, the power of planetary flow and alignment. Think about how the earth always rotates around the sun. Think about the currents in an ocean or in a river. Do you ever notice, even in your own bathtub or in your sink, when the water goes down the drain, it only goes down one way? We all evolve forward, all right? It always goes in one direction. It never stops and reverses because the natural flow of order is to continue to progress. Whether it is the earth rotating around the sun, which rotates around the universe, or it's watching the water down the drain, everything rotates and is in a cycle and a pattern of universal flow. The question I have for you, my darling, is are you in universal flow? Or are you stuck? Or are you going backwards because you've been entrained to think that maybe just because you're in a marriage that you made a vow to and you're absolutely miserable, that you have to stay there? How about a job you don't like or a living arrangement you don't like? Whatever it is that's keeping you stuck, the only way to unstuck yourself is to find your graceful path forward. You cannot return to the past. You can only move forward. The good news is that you can cut cords. You can break vows and make new ones. You can embody a new version of yourself where you're truly free. And that is the key, my friends. The ultimate goal is to help you become a fully liberated individual. It's not going to be easy. Your friends and family are going to wonder what's wrong with you. But the ones who truly love and care for you the most, the ones who are truly meant to be in this world, in this life with you, are going to go on that journey with you in whatever way it takes. They may not follow your footsteps because they're not meant to. You see, we all have our own unique path and purpose, and I honor that with each person in my life. And things will change and alter. But the bottom line is every single one of us is being called and activated to be liberated, to truly understand what freedom means. And it has nothing to do with where you live, if you pledge an allegiance to a flag or a country. It has everything to do with self-love, self-worth, and self-care. And when you slowly start to detach from all the things you've been entrained since birth to believe as fact or as how you are supposed to live your life, trust me when I tell you, it is far better when you have the lens of an observer. That's when you're in the neutral zone. You don't have to make up your mind just yet, but just live in the neutral zone where you can start to observe things and then decide for yourself, is this still in alignment with my highest good? Case in point, I was Catholic for most of my life, and there are still things in the Catholic tradition that I cherish, but I am not a Catholic anymore because I never fully identified, even when I was Catholic, I considered myself a cafeteria Catholic. I never fully accepted and identified with all the rules associated with Catholicism. We're not supposed to. That's the point of life. We are all unique contributors in this wonderful soup of magic, and I'm here to help you re-alchemize what is truly yours. It's like gifting your freedom back to you, but I want to reflect who you are as a mirror based upon what you share with me. And for those of you who don't choose to work with me directly, but you find comfort or some type of uplifting message in my videos, I hope you continue to follow along, because that's really what this is about. It's part of my gift. I want to share these beautiful blessings I've been given with others, because every single human on this earth is capable of this. Every single one of you in your own magical, beautiful way. So if you could tell that I'm optimistic about 2025, I am, because it's going to be an epic year, because I am convinced, I am committed, and I am continuing to pursue the best years of my life right now in this present moment as we go forward together. And always remember, my darlings, it is not about perfection. It is about progress. Progress with that universal flow. Always flow. My dear friend always tells me to just flow, and I finally get it. It took me a while, but I'm always in the flow. And that is what I want for you. If you are interested in anything that I've already mentioned, you are always welcome to email me. I'm going to start a wait list for things. I have additional information on all of the things coming forward in 2025, but feel free to kind of get out there early. Feel free to email me at Angela@roseheartshaman.com for more information. Things will be uploaded over time on my website. Not there yet. Still working full time, so I'm trying to balance things as best I can. But I wish you nothing but the best, my darlings. And I know in my heart that if you choose yourself, you choose joy every day, and with every new sunrise, a new you is capable of emerging that day, then only good things will come from that, because you're choosing yourself. Have a fabulous and amazing day ahead. Cheers.